What is going on, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? My name is Prodigy, and welcome to another video on the channel. Today, guys, we are going to be doing, once again, another Kingdom Hearts Ultimania video. I waited a couple of days to upload the next part to this because I wanted to gauge your guys' interest in this series at the first episode. And a lot of you guys really did show out. I found a lot of heartfelt comments. A lot of you were really glad I was covering some of this information because some of this information is kind of lost to a lot of people, and it really motivated me to go ahead and keep doing it. So in the last video where we left off, we covered a couple of questions about the Disney collaboration. We found out that Nomura originally planned for there to be over 20 worlds in the original Kingdom Hearts game, and we also found out like his mindset while putting Mickey in that one scene in the ending, and we found out why exactly he was only in one scene. So if you want to find out the answers to all of those questions, then you can simply like click the link in the end card or click the video in the end card, or you could simply view the playlist, which I'll try and have linked in the description down below. I might forget every now and then to put the playlist in the description, so please remind me if you catch that. But from what I've skimmed at and a couple of the questions, it seems like this section of the interview is going to be talking a lot about Final Fantasy characters in Kingdom Hearts 1. So that should be pretty interesting. I mean, it fits as well since the 7 Remake Ultimania just recently came out, and we also just have Final Fantasy 7 Remake in general just released. So let's go ahead and do this. With what priorities in mind did you choose the characters from the Final Fantasy series? I ended up with more Final Fantasy characters than I thought. At first, I planned that there would be less. Well, as I kept making the story, I thought about which characters to put in each role, and there were many places where Disney characters would not fit in. For example, I couldn't think of any Disney characters to put in as the Destiny Island children. When I thought about which character would guide Sora in Traverse Town, nothing struck me. Then I thought I should just make new characters, but they would just show up once in a while, and they would not be as appealing as the Disney characters around them. Since that was the case, I came upon the idea of using Final Fantasy characters to choose which characters that would fit the roles. When it came to choosing who would be the swordsman who guides Sora, I believe that Squall fit the role the best. I digress, but Squall called himself Leon when he appeared. Squall Leonhart's Heartless, in other words. Does Leon come from taking out heart or heart from Leonhart? That's a deep reading into it, but that's not what I meant. Laugh. In Disney Castle, if people saw in the beginning that Meet Squall was written in the letter, people would have an image of Squall in their head, and the impact of the first meeting would be weak. That is very true. Then Akiyama, event planning director Jun Akiyama, told me that he wanted to change only Squall's name. We decided that we would take the last part of his name. The red wing pattern in Squall's back is based off of Renoa's image, isn't it? I don't know if I said that right, I'm sorry. That's right. Well, there is a reason why Leon rejects being called Squall. I added Renoa's wings to imply something definitely happened in the past. Okay, so that's the first little set of questions. Very interesting, actually. I have no idea. I had no idea that any of this information like existed. I had no idea why he specifically chose to call Squall Leon, and it was very nice to hear why, actually. Now, I have not played or finished Final Fantasy VIII, rather. I've only played the first couple of hours of it via the remaster. I'm gonna go back and complete it at some point. It's been quite a while, so sorry if I mispronounce any names or anything like that. Please bear with me. The only Final Fantasy game I really have that much experience in is Final Fantasy VII, the Final Fantasy VII franchise. But that's actually, I feel like, a really good reason to change his name. I mean, the impact of the initial meeting, if his name wasn't just Leon, if it was like Squall, the Final Fantasy VIII character, it wouldn't have as much impact whatsoever. And it's really interesting because I always had this interpretation that from the beginning they always thought, okay, Disney and Final Fantasy, that's the idea we're going to go off of. But no, they were already like in the process of like making the game, and they already knew they were going to have original Kingdom Hearts characters, and they knew they were going to have Disney characters, but the Final Fantasy characters came in a little bit later as they were trying trying to find out characters that they could fit like in each world to help guide Sora and whatnot. Now I'm sure that was a decision that happened like midway through or earlier through development, but it's still interesting nonetheless that it didn't start off completely with Final Fantasy X Disney. It was just Disney and something else. So that's some very cool information to know, to be honest. Anyways, continuing. You did not plan to have Rinoa to appear? Rinoa didn't appear, huh? I thought personally Rinoa was different from the other characters that I imagined in Final Fantasy VIII, and her personality was hard to grasp. Also, moving on to Cloud, the left half of his design was based off of Vincent from Final Fantasy VII. Yes, his left arm is based off of Vincent. Cloud was meant to be a character that has a leaning towards the darkness, so I wanted to make him demon-like. Vincent was created to be that way, so I thought of adding that on. I wanted Vincent to have an appearance though, and that has still yet to happen. I want to ask about Cloud from a setting standpoint. Is his hometown Hollow Bastion? In terms of Kingdom Hearts, it is that for now. If that is so, does that mean when Sid escaped with the other members from Hollow Bastion, Cloud was left behind? No, he was not left behind just because he strayed away from the others during the commotion. Sid and the others were able to escape from the mayhem. Then is the person Cloud is searching for is Aerith? I wonder, if that person was Aerith, then that means one question was answered by the ending. You can take it as that. Since Cloud is a popular character, I don't want to make this type of conclusion. The opinions of the players are stronger, so I want to give room for speculation. And that's one thing that's very interesting about Nomura. He definitely leaves a lot of room for speculation, and you can tell this is something that he carried with him throughout each and every single Kingdom Hearts game he has directed. Alright, so I already knew that Cloud from Final Fantasy VII and Kingdom Hearts was based off of Vincent. Now they did throw away that design in Kingdom Hearts 2, which I wonder why. We'll probably get to that when we cover the Kingdom Hearts 2 Ultimania. But it was a very interesting design choice, but it does fit in terms of like how they wrote Cloud in Kingdom Hearts, the minimal they wrote about him. He was leaning towards the darkness, and I will always remember that one cutscene of Cloud talking to Sora, Cloud telling Sora that one line, don't lose sight of it. That line has stuck with me since I was a kid, and I will never forget that cutscene. And to be honest, I didn't even need the impact of knowing who Cloud was for that cutscene. I find it interesting though that they did confirm one thing here. Now I don't know if this changes because Nomura did change quite a bit about Cloud in Kingdom Hearts 2, saying that his hometown is Hollow Bastion, or at least it is that for now. I don't know if that was just for the interviewer to like stop asking him that question, if Nomura was like shooing him away, like move on to the next one, like I don't want to answer that just yet. I don't want to reveal that Midgar exists in the Kingdom Hearts universe, but for now I'm gonna take it as confirmation that Cloud is from Hollow Bastion in Kingdom Hearts. Now, I always thought this personally, that's why I figured all the Final Fantasy characters were from Radiant Garden, because that's pretty much what they said in the games, at least. That's what like some of the characters said they were from. But I do know there is a part of the fan base that isn't as convinced for Cloud and like Sephiroth specifically. It is a little unclear whether they were from Hollow Bastion or not, or if they were just associates of people who were from there. I mean, Hollow Bastion, from my understanding, if I remember correctly, they might even say it in this interview as we go along in further videos, I do think that Hollow Bastion was technically based off of Midgar slightly. I think. Do not quote me on that. I mean, I'll probably quote myself on that later on. And for the other question, the last one, we know that Cloud was likely looking for Sephiroth because he eventually saw Aerith in the end credits for Kingdom Hearts 1, so clearly that wasn't the person he was searching for. And I'm sure this was probably like something he didn't want to answer because Sephiroth was a secret boss fight, and he didn't want to spoil the scene that happened in the secret boss with Cloud and Sephiroth. I don't know though, I'm just kind of rambling. I really do hope though that you guys enjoyed today's video. I know this one was a little bit more Final Fantasy focused, and I'm going to be ending it off here because I want to keep kind of the videos a little bit more on the organized side in terms of like topics and so on. So that sounds pretty interesting, but for now though, if you guys enjoyed today's video, you already know what to do. Leave a like, share the video with a friend or a family member, and last but not least, if you're not already and want to become a part of the union, all you have to do is hit that red little subscribe button down below. My name is Prodigy, and I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out.